The following is a Thorf TV production brought to you in cooperation with Jack Thorfinson. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the pre-Hard Target Range Show. Let's have a big round of applause for Jack and Mr. Holster. I like that, Jack. Yeah. Hi, buddy. You look good tonight. Hey, it's me, Mr. Holster. Let's get this show started off right to the sunny slopes of long ago. That doesn't heat you up and cool you down all the same time. This is the gun we're looking at this weekend, guys. SIG Sauer 1911 carry, and I picked this up at the gun shop almost a year ago. It was 3/12/17 I got this gun, and I vowed I would not shoot it till I got the shooting range done, and yeah. So there we are. This is one of the carrots, this and that 10mm, that was hanging on that stick in front of me to get that shooting range done. And we're going to shoot it this weekend. Fantastic gun, quite similar to the other SIG 1911 I shot a couple weeks ago. A couple little differences, and we'll talk about them. First off, it's a shorter barrel, 4 1/4 inch barrel. And before I go any further, I want to talk real briefly about that. Back in the day, well, if you want to call it back in the day, but back before the turn of the century, when Kimber was the latest and greatest, and everybody had to have a Kimber. They were the flavor of the month back then. I went down to gun site and I took 2 guns with me. One was both of them came out of the Kimber custom room, house, whatever they call it. I don't know what they call it down there. Over there. Actually, they're out of New York, so I'll say over there. And one was, and I can't remember the designation of this firearm at all. I think it was a CDP or something like that. Little 3-inch with officer's size frame, which means it had a 6-round magazine in it. And the other one was a commander size with an officer size frame that had a 6-round magazine. And the first 300 rounds of the class, I got to 300 rounds exactly. And the little 3-inch, I'm going to call it a CDP, not really sure if that's what it was, the guide rod snapped in half. and this is the deal, when you start getting smaller than the commander size of 1911, it just, the slide doesn't have enough length to it for the time to throw the casing and bring the next one in. You see? So they've got to get the spring and the guide rod set up and get it all just right and do all these things to make that possible, to slow things down. Otherwise the slide's moving too fast and they can't get it done. And they just never seem to do that. Of course, nowadays, supposedly there's a couple, the Wilson Combat supposedly has it licked with a 3-inch. I think it's a 3-inch. But I don't know, because that was my experience and that did it for me. I won't buy one that's smaller than a commander size. Now we're done with that. The slide on this is slightly different than the other gun, because this one has a conventional slide on it. Yeah, it's not humped on the top like that SIG, where they got to get that thing way up there. It looks like a regular 1911 on this one, so there's not as much material on the slide as the other one. Again, a 4 1/4 inch barrel instead of a 5. It's got the same SIG night sights as the other one, which is nice to have those glow-in-the-dark night sights when you're going to use the gun at night. It's nice to see your sights at night. It's got a little different configuration on the hammer, but it's pretty much the same skeletonized combat-style hammer. Got the same beaver tail, enhanced beaver tail, to protect your hand from that hammer bite, and a nice exaggerated hump on it, so you get a positive release on that grip safety. It's got the same kind of trigger as the other one with the adjustable stop, but this one is skeletonized where the other one isn't, which I really don't get what that does for me, because it's still a 5-pound trigger pull just like the other one. So, one thing it does have is it has these nice serrations on the front, which I could care less about, because I don't do press checks by getting my hand near the end of the barrel. I've long since decided that having my hand down by the end of the barrel is not a good idea. Yeah. So I do my press checks from back here like that. So, yeah. But it has one enhancement, out of all the things, it has one enhancement that I really do like, and that is the grips. These are G10 Piranha grips. I think Hogue makes these for SIG. And not only are they very aggressive, the G10 grip panels, but there's two other things they got going for them. One is the mainspring housing on the back is G10 Piranha. It matches. And, yeah, you can see they have, when they're all put together, they form a magwell. Yeah. So you got a little longer grip than the other 1911 had, and you got that enhanced magwell on the bottom. And there is the real advantage of this gun, and especially for carry, the little bit shorter barrel and that enhanced magwell. Yeah, it makes a big difference. And when I picked this gun up in the gun shop, and if you're a gun guy, you'll know what I'm talking about. As soon as I picked it up, I knew I was buying it. There was no way around it. Also has very nice checkering on the front, but of course the other one did too. The full size has beautiful checkering on the front. I think this is going to be a fantastic, fantastic firearm. So tune in this weekend and watch Mr. Holster shoot this beautiful SIG Carry 1911. Well, there you go, Jack. That's the end of the show. Why, we should do this kind of show all the time. You're actually interested in this, weren't you? You didn't sleep through this one. Well, there you go. Thanks for tuning in, guys. For Mr. Holster and Jack, don't miss the show this weekend. And go out and stay safe. Well, that's 6 minutes and 48 seconds of your life you'll never, ever, ever get back again.